February 28, 1997, Friday afternoon. Bad Boy Records office. 6th floor conference room. Windows overlooking Times Square. Gray sky outside. That late winter cold that makes everything feel heavier than it is. Sean Combs sits at the head of a glass table. 6 men in dark suits sit along the sides. Not music industry suits. Different kind. Security professionals. Former law enforcement. Former military. The kind of men who get hired when the threat is real. When someone's life actually depends on competence. When $50,000 buys you the best protection money can get in New York City. Biggie Smalls sits at the far end of the table. 395 pounds now. The weight keeps climbing. The knees hurt constantly. The back aches. Moving is harder than it used to be. But that's not why these 6 men are here. They're here because Christopher Wallace is about to fly to Los Angeles. And Los Angeles, in February 1997, is the most dangerous place on Earth for the notorious B.I.G. More dangerous than any war zone. More dangerous than any street corner. Because in Los Angeles, people want him dead. Specifically, intentionally. And they have the means to make it happen. Puffy does the talking. He's been setting this up for 3 weeks. Made calls. Checked references. Interviewed firms. Negotiated rates. Structured the contract. This is the best team available. These 6 men have protected presidents, senators, witnesses in federal cases. They know what they're doing. They've kept people alive who had targets on their backs. People who were supposed to die but didn't because these men were good at their jobs. $50,000 for 1 week. 7 days of complete coverage. Transportation, hotel security, event security, 24-hour protection, 3 shifts, 2 men active at all times, the other 4 resting or doing advance work. Professional, comprehensive, the kind of protection that actually works. Big, these are the guys. Puffy gestures to the 6 men. Best in the business. They've worked with everyone. They know LA. They know the threat. They know how to keep you safe. He's trying to sound confident, trying to sell it. But there's something else in his voice. Something that sounds like pleading. Like he's trying to convince himself as much as Biggie. Like he knows something bad is coming, and he's desperately trying to prevent it. The lead security consultant speaks. His name is Marcus Webb, former Secret Service, 22 years protecting people who matter. He's seen everything, done everything, survived everything. He has that particular calm that comes from competence, from knowing exactly what you're capable of. Mr. Wallace, we've been briefed on the situation. We understand the tensions between East Coast and West Coast. We understand the death row situation. We understand Tupac Shakur's death has escalated things. We're prepared for all scenarios. Our job is simple. Keep you alive. Keep you safe. Let you do your work while we handle the threats. Biggie listens, doesn't interrupt, just sits there with his hands folded on the table. His face is neutral, not hostile, not resistant, just blank. The face of someone who's hearing words, but processing something else entirely. Something the words can't reach. Something that exists in a place beyond planning and protection and $50,000 security teams. Marcus continues, pulls out a folder, opens it, starts going through the plan. Transportation routes, backup routes, hotel security protocols, event security, crowd management, threat assessment, communication systems, emergency procedures. It's thorough, professional, the kind of plan that should make everyone in the room feel better, should make Biggie feel safe, should make this trip to Los Angeles seem manageable, controllable, survivable. But Biggie isn't looking at the folder, isn't looking at Marcus. He's looking out the window, at Times Square below, at the people moving like ants, at the city that made him, at the world that's about to watch him fly to the city that might kill him. His expression hasn't changed, still neutral, still blank, but his eyes look like they're seeing something nobody else in this room can see. Marcus finishes the brief, closes the folder, looks at Biggie. Any questions, Mr. Wallace? Anything you want us to know? Any specific concerns? Professional, patient, ready to address whatever Biggie needs addressed. Biggie doesn't respond immediately, just keeps looking out the window. 5 seconds, 10. The room gets quiet. The 6 security men glance at each other, not concerned yet, just waiting. Used to clients who need time to process. Used to people who are scared and don't know how to say it. Used to giving space for people to feel what they're feeling. Then Biggie turns from the window, looks directly at Puffy, not at Marcus, not at the security team, at Puffy. Eye contact that feels heavy, that feels like it's communicating something wordless, something that's been building for months, maybe years, Something that's been waiting for this exact moment to become real. Send them home. Biggie's voice is quiet, calm, final. Like he's ordering coffee. Like he's making the most obvious decision in the world. Like there's no question, no debate, no possibility of another answer. The room freezes. Nobody moves. Nobody breathes. Puffy's face goes through 3 expressions in 2 seconds. Confusion, disbelief, panic. What? His voice is tight. Big, what do you mean send them home? I mean thank them for coming. Pay them for their time. Send them home. Biggie stands up, slow. The chair scrapes against the floor. I don't need security. Marcus Webb has seen a lot in 22 years. Seen people make bad decisions. Seen people refuse protection out of ego or pride or stupidity. But something about Biggie's tone is different. This isn't ego. This isn't pride. This is something else. Something Marcus doesn't have a category for. Mr. Wallace, with all due respect, you absolutely need security. The threat level in Los Angeles right now is... I know what the threat level is. Biggie cuts him off. Not aggressive, just matter of fact. I know people want me dead. I know Death Row wants me dead. I know Suge Knight wants me dead. I know there's a target on my back the size of Brooklyn. I know all of it. He looks at Marcus, really looks at him. And 6 guys in suits aren't going to change that. Puffy stands up now, moves around the table toward Biggie. Big, don't do this. Don't be stupid about this. This is your life we're talking about. His voice is rising, getting emotional. The calculated business demeanor is cracking. This is Sean Combs scared. Sean Combs desperate. Sean Combs watching his friend make a decision that might get him killed. These men are professionals. They know what they're doing. They can keep you safe. Nobody can keep me safe. Puff. Biggie says it so calmly it's almost worse than if he yelled it. Almost worse than if he was angry or scared. The calm is terrifying. The acceptance is terrifying. If I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. 6 dudes with guns won't stop it. 12 dudes won't stop it. 100 dudes won't stop it. If it's coming, it's coming. The room is completely silent. The 6 security professionals are watching this unfold with a detached observation of people who've seen denial before, seen people refuse help. But there's something about this that doesn't feel like denial. Feels like the opposite. Feels like the clearest acceptance they've ever witnessed. One of the younger security guys, maybe 30 years old, shifts in his seat. Uncomfortable. This isn't how this is supposed to go. Puffy's voice drops, gets quieter, more personal. Don't talk like that. Don't talk like you're already dead. He's standing close to Biggie now. Close enough that this is just 2 friends, not business, not industry, just 2 people who've known each other for years, who built something together, who've been through everything together. You're not gonna die. Not if you let us protect you. Not if you take this seriously. Biggie looks at Puffy, really looks at him, and something in his face softens, just slightly, just enough to show that he understands what Puffy's feeling, that he sees the fear, that he appreciates the effort. I'm not trying to die, Puff. I'm just not trying to hide either. I'm not living the rest of my life surrounded by bodyguards, looking over my shoulder, jumping at every sound. That's not living. That's being a prisoner. And I didn't make it out of Brooklyn to become a prisoner in LA. Then don't go to LA. Puffy says it desperately, like he's playing his last card. Cancel the trip. Stay in New York. We can do the album. We can do everything from here. You don't have to go. I have to go. Biggie's voice is firm. I have responsibilities. I have the Soul Train Awards. I have meetings. I have work. I can't hide. I won't hide. That's not who I am. If they want me, they're gonna have to come get me while I'm living my life. Not while I'm hiding behind 6 guys I don't even know. Marcus Webb stands up, professional to the end. Mr. Wallace, I understand your position, but I need to be very clear about what you're refusing. These aren't just bodyguards. This is a comprehensive security operation. Transportation, advance work, threat assessment. We would be identifying dangers before you ever encountered them. This isn't about hiding. It's about being smart. Biggie turns to Marcus. I appreciate what you do. I'm sure you're the best at it. But my answer is no. I'm not doing it. Then he looks at Puffy. Pay them for today. Compensate them for their time. But I'm not taking them to LA. Puffy's hands are shaking. Actually shaking. You're making a mistake. A huge fucking mistake. He's almost yelling now. Almost losing control. You think you're being brave? You're being stupid. You're being reckless. You're gonna get yourself killed because you're too proud to accept help. It's not about pride. Biggie's voice stays calm, stays level. It's about knowing. It's about feeling something so clearly that no amount of protection makes a difference. You ever know something, Puff? Really know it? Not think it. Not worry about it. Know it. In your bones. In your gut. In every part of you. He pauses. I know what's coming. And I'm not gonna spend my last days surrounded by strangers with guns trying to stop the inevitable. The words land like stones. Last days. He said last days. Not if something happens. Not if things go wrong. Last days. Like it's decided. Like it's done. Like he's already seen the ending. And he's just playing out the time until it arrives. Puffy's face goes white. Opens his mouth. Closes it. Doesn't know what to say. What do you say to someone who's just told you they know they're about to die? Biggie walks toward the door, stops, turns back, looks at the 6 security men sitting at the table. I'm sorry you came out here for nothing. I know you're good at what you do, but I can't do it. I hope you understand. Then he looks at Puffy one more time. I'll call you later. We'll figure out the LA schedule, but no security team. That's final. He opens the door and walks out. The sound of his footsteps fades down the hallway. The conference room is silent. The 6 security professionals start gathering their materials. Professional. Unflustered. They've been rejected before. This is just another job that didn't happen. Marcus Webb approaches Puffy. We'll send an invoice for today's consultation. If he changes his mind, we can mobilize within 12 hours. Puffy doesn't respond. Just stands there staring at the door where Biggie left, looking like someone who just watched a car accident in slow motion and couldn't do anything to stop it. One of the security guys, the young one, speaks quietly to his colleague as they pack up. That's the first time I've ever heard someone turn down protection because they're already sure they're dead. After the security team leaves, Puffy sits alone in the conference room for 30 minutes. Just sits there, thinking, processing, trying to figure out what to do. How to protect someone who doesn't want protection. How to save someone who's already accepted they can't be saved. He pulls out his phone. Calls Biggie. No answer. Calls again. No answer. Calls a third time. Finally, Biggie picks up. Puff, I'm not changing my mind. Biggie's voice is tired. Stop trying. At least take one guy. One. Just for transportation. Someone to drive. Someone to watch your back in crowds. One guy. That's all I'm asking. Puffy's voice is quieter now. Negotiating. Trying to salvage something. Trying to feel like he did something. Anything. Silence on the other end. Long silence. Then Biggie sighs. One guy. For driving. That's it. No advance work. No crowd control. Just someone to drive so I can focus. But that's it, Puff. That's the compromise. Take it or I'm hanging up. Okay. One guy. I'll find someone. Someone good. Someone you'll trust. Puffy's voice has relief in it. Small relief. Inadequate relief. But something. Thank you, Big. Thank you for giving me that much. Don't thank me. Just find someone who doesn't look like Secret Service. Someone who can blend. Someone who doesn't make me feel like I'm in witness protection. Biggie hangs up. Puffy makes calls. Finds a guy. Someone who's done security before but doesn't look like it. Someone who can drive. Someone who knows LA. Someone who can be there without being obvious. It's not a $50,000 security team. It's one man with a gun and a car. It's nothing. It's barely anything. But it's what Biggie will accept. So it's what Puffy arranges. March 9th. 1997. 9 days later. Los Angeles. Wilshire Boulevard. 0:47 a.m. Christopher Wallace is shot 4 times while sitting in the passenger seat of a GMC Suburban. The driver, the one security person Biggie agreed to have, is unharmed. Returns fire. Doesn't hit anyone. The attackers escape. Biggie dies at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center at 1:15 a.m. 24 years old. Gone. Just like he said. Just like he knew. Just like he tried to tell Puffy in a conference room 9 days earlier while refusing $50,000 worth of protection. The 6-man security team that Biggie rejected reads about it in the news. Marcus Webb, the lead consultant, tells a reporter years later, "We could have prevented it. That's what haunts me. Not that we failed, that we never got the chance to try. He knew something was going to happen, and he chose to let it happen rather than live in fear. I've never seen that before or since. Most people fight. Most people want to be saved. He didn't. He made peace with it. And 9 days later, He was right. Puffy keeps the invoice from the security consultation. Never pays it. The firm writes it off. But Puffy keeps the paper. Framed eventually. Reminder. Proof. Evidence that he tried. That he knew. That he brought the best people he could find. That he offered $50,000 worth of protection. That Biggie said no. That some people can't be saved because they're not trying to be saved, because they've already accepted what's coming, because they'd rather die living than live hiding. The invoice hangs in Puffy's office for 20 years, until he finally takes it down, because looking at it hurts too much, because it reminds him of the last real chance he had to change the ending, and the moment Biggie Wallace looked him in the eye and said send them home.